Hello, you just reached MRN Crew Call, presented by Hercules Tires. Your patience while holding is appreciated. We're currently tying up phone lines and burning through cell minutes to bring you the finest news from the hottest crews on the NASCAR circuit. Thank you for holding. You are now being connected to your hosts. Here's Robbie Mays and Kit Cruz.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to a special edition of MRN Crew Call presented by Hercules Tires here on a Wednesday afternoon alongside the real Kit Cruz. Guys, that's the real Kit Cruz right there. I'm Robbie Mays. Tony Rizzuti is on assignment this week, which is TV code for he's on vacation and somebody needed to fill in. So I just sort of like came in here and sat down. I didn't ask anybody. I didn't tell anybody.
I really had no idea until like 20 seconds before showtime, like who was going to be in the chair. I was like, am I flying solo? What am I doing? But you'll work. This will work. You'll be all right.
Yeah. It's a lot better than sitting next to Tyler Burnett on the inside line.
Ain't that the truth? Welcome to a real show that's like fun.
Yeah. By the way, watch us on Friday, noon Eastern time on Inside Line.
Please.
There we go. Kid Cruz, off weekend.
Yes, sir.
Weekend last weekend. What'd you do?
I had a good old time like I normally do. So you're typically critical of the guests that I have, like on NASCAR USA and on the show, like some of the country singers.
I am?
Yeah, you're like Granger Smith. Who's Granger Smith? And
Okay.
who else were you upset about? Was it Josh Turner? I don't.
Yeah,
There was some.
somebody.
Yeah. But I met up with a couple of folks. I actually hung out with a couple of guys that were on the show recently, Trace Adkins and Granger Smith. I didn't throw you under the bus.
I appreciate that because I'm afraid of Trace Adkins. He's a big guy.
He is a big dude.
He's a
I have
big
a
dude.
picture, I think, on social media. You could check it out. I don't know. It's probably on one of my socials. But yeah, I'm like 6 feet, and I'm like, hi, Mr. Atkins. But he's a good dude, man. We talked about Indian motorcycles, and Granger Smith and I talked about his energy drink and then being on Crew Call. They were very happy.
Cool. So it sounds like you had a big weekend.
Yeah, and there were a couple of beers involved, maybe.
Big weekend. Transition. Crew Cut. This week's Crew Cut. You caught up with some of my favorites.
Oh, you're fine with Big and Rich.
I
then.
like
You're okay with Big and Rich?
See what I did there? Big weekend transition, the segue to the. Anyway.
When's Tony coming back? So Big and Rich, man, I caught up with them. They have a cool new album on the way. And just by coincidence, it kind of ties into Bristol, too.
Oh.
See, I talked to John Rich, and I said, hey, what's your favorite, like, all-time moment in NASCAR? Something you've done really cool at a racetrack, and this is what he had to say.
The coolest thing I ever did at a NASCAR race was back when I was in the band Lone Star. We played at Bristol. Actually, we sang the national anthem at Bristol, and I got to be in Dale Earnhardt's pit crew and wear the pit crew stuff and have the headset on and the whole thing. And I remember the guy told me he doesn't say a whole lot. You know, if he says something, pay attention because he don't talk very much. And sure enough, he only said maybe 4 or 5 things the entire race. But he actually wound up winning that race, skidding out sideways across the finish line in front of the other car. It was just unbelievable. Never forget it.
Hanging out with Dale Sr. for a Bristol win.
Yeah.
That's big stuff. That's a pretty good memory right there. So we also hear from Big Kenny. Big and Rich, again, have a new album coming out. They're going to join me this weekend on NASCAR USA. We'll talk about their relationship with Tim McGraw a little bit. Big Kenny actually can almost one-up that story. If you go to MRN.com and click on the Stations tab, you can find a radio station and hear us this weekend on NASCAR USA. And you probably did not know that John Rich founded Lone Star. He put the group together.
Well, now that he mentioned it, I remember him being in Lone Star, and I love Lone Star back in the day when they were still around. But I'm a big fan of Big and Rich.
I got a thumbs up for my guest this week. Finally, thank you. Usually I hear it in my ear from the control room. Who is this guy? Who are you talking to? I don't like Granger Smith.
Anyway. Coming up today on MRN Crew Call, we've got a big show coming up for you today. We're going to talk to Tim Fedewa. He's a spotter for Kevin Harvick going to Bristol this weekend. Harvick's the most recent winner at the Bristol Motor Speedway going to Victory Lane back in August. And then, hold the phone, ladies. We're going to Killingly, say that 5 times fast, Killingly, Connecticut, to talk to Kyle Rickey, MRN turn announcer for the Motor Racing Network.
Wait, so it's like spring break and Kyle's in Connecticut? He's not even down at Disney World? What's going on? He must be sick. We got to find out what's going on.
Kyle Rickey about Disney World. But coming up after this first break, we're going to talk to Tim Fedewa. That's coming up next here on MRN Crew Call.
Whatever you drive, wherever you go, Hercules Tires will get you there, whether you're running on dirt or running a job. Our dependable, high-quality tires are the perfect fit for your needs. For unmatched value, selection, and warranty with industry-leading road hazard protection, there's only one choice: Hercules Tires. To learn more, visit HerculesTire.com or call 800-677-9535. Hercules Tires, ride on our strength.
I'm Steve Post, co-host of MRN's Wing Nation. Join Aaron Evernham and me every Tuesday at noon Eastern on MRN.com and on the MRN app. And join Ashley Stremme and me on Saturdays at 9:30 a.m. and 12:30 p.m. Eastern on MAV TV. We talk to the biggest names in sprint cars and give you the latest news and race results from dirt tracks around the country. MRN's Wing Nation on MRN.com, the MRN app, and MAV TV.
If you have a question or comment about NASCAR, Motor Racing Network has a direct line for you. It's the Fan Forum Hotline.
I'm a newbie to this sport just this year, and I wanted to know.
I was wondering when they measure the length of a racetrack.
Call in at 844-4-ASK-MRN. That's 844-4-ASK-MRN.
Just wanted to send out a big shout out. Thanks for covering the race.
The Fan Forum Hotline, your connection to NASCAR.
Thank you for joining MRN Crew Call. If you know your party's extension, please send it along. I haven't been to a good one in years. Here's Robbie Mays and Kit Cruz.
Welcome back to MRN Crew Call, presented by Hercules Tires. I'm Robbie Mays. He is the real Kid Cruz. You see our Twitter handles right there on the bottom of the screen. Also follow us along at MRN Radio, and remember, always use the hashtag AskMRN. It's time to make our first crew call of the day, and for that, we're going to go to the spotter, the number 4 Jimmy John's Ford in the Monster Energy NASCAR Cup Series. Tim Fedewa joins us on the phone. Tim, how are you?
I'm doing great. How about you guys?
We're doing fantastic, man. Doing awesome. Thanks for joining us here on Crew Call. Tim, we're going to Bristol Motor Speedway this weekend. It's a fun, high-banked, short track. But before we go to Bristol, let's assess the first 7 races of the season. You know, big change for Stewart-Haas Racing in the offseason, going over to Ford. How have things been going for you and Kevin Harvick so far?
Yeah, they've been good. It's been a good year so far. It's for all that the team at SHR had to tackle from switching from Chevys to Fords, I'd say it's been great. I mean, we had an opportunity. We felt we led a lot of laps at Daytona. Got caught up late in a wreck, but that's half expected there. We went to Atlanta and dominated the race and almost got a win, and then we had some downers. So, Martinsville was not a great weekend for us, and I think that was a little bit expected. I mean, we knew we were going to have to, go through some ups and downs to get everything sorted out and get the balance that Kevin's happy with. So I'm looking forward to the rest of the year for sure.
Hey, you have to be looking forward to Bristol. I assume, or I've heard, actually, I think that it's one of your favorite tracks on the circuit. How does your job there compare to some of the other short tracks, Tim, like Martinsville?
I kind of, Bristol's unique in that we're down in turn 1 spotting, and for me, I get as far down, almost wrapped around into the middle 1 and 2, so that I look at the track long ways, and I don't have to move my head back and forth. Where Martinsville, I'm standing right to start finish line, so you got to look left, look right, look left. Bristol, I got one shot at it. I can just look, and so for me, it's a little easier. That said, a lot happens a little bit quicker at Bristol, and you really got to be on your toes. And I wouldn't say it's easier, but I like the angle I got at Bristol a little better.
Tim, Joey Meyer does the Monday show with us, Motorsports Monday, every week, and I hear him talk about how spotting has evolved and changed over the years. He talks about stuff he takes to the roof with him. It used to be just like a radio, and that was it. What do you take up on the roof with you every weekend when you get ready to go spot for the Jimmy John's car?
Oh man, I mean, my bag is heavy. I go through backpacks like crazy. OGO loves us, but it's the same old same. We're up there a long day on Friday usually. Because I do an Xfinity car as well, and whatever other sporting series like this weekend, it'll be Xfinity and the E Series. So. TNN E Series, so I'll bring a sandwich. I got a chair, like a bar stool, foldable bar stool I take up there. I don't sit down during racing or when the car's on the track normally, but in between times it's nice to take a load off. So sometimes I take an umbrella if it's really hot, or obviously if it's going to rain. But it has evolved. It used to be, like I said, you had one radio, maybe two, and a headset, and you'd kind of carry that up there. And now we're a little bit more prepared. We wear arm sleeves for the sun. Us older guys are taking care of ourselves a little better than we used to. And so it has evolved, not only in the aspect of what we take up there, but of what we do for the team and for the driver.
We do this show live at noon, and you mentioned sandwich, and I'm always hungry when we do this show. What kind of sandwich do you take up there with you?
I'm a peanut butter and jelly guy.
Oh,
nice.
That's good, man.
Yeah.
You got some protein in there.
Yes, sir. And it holds up a little better than ham and mayonnaise or something.
Well, yeah, that's true. So, Tim, you are a championship spotter. You've won the championship. I believe you're in the Michigan Motorsports Hall of Fame. You've spotted for hundreds of races. You know talent. You're talented. You've seen talent. Hottest prospect in the garage for a future Cup ride, Keelan Harvick or Owen Larson?
Well, there's two of them right there. I can't go, either one of them is going to be a champion probably if that's what they want to do. I know I've heard rumors that Delana might, go the golf route with Keelan, but I don't think that's going to happen. I think he'll be in a race car before long, and I'll be pulling for him, hopefully spotting for him.
Might be a little bit cheaper going the golf route than it would be the racing route, too.
Yeah, I don't know, man. Anymore, no matter what you do, it costs a lot of sacrifice to get anywhere to be a champion.
I hear you. Well, Tim, we appreciate you taking the time out of your schedule today to join us here on MRN Crew Call, and good luck this weekend at Bristol. We're looking forward to the race on Sunday afternoon.
Me too, guys. Thanks for having me. Talk to you soon.
All right, thanks.
That's Tim Fedewa, spotter for Kevin Harvick in the Monster Energy NASCAR Cup Series, going to Bristol Motor Speedway this weekend for the Food City 500. Don't forget the folks at the Performance Racing Network have coverage of the races this weekend at Bristol, the Xfinity race on Saturday and the Cup race on Sunday, and MRN's back on the plan next weekend at Richmond International Raceway. Mm-hmm. All right, so made one crew call. It's time to take another commercial break. When we come back, we're going to make another crew call to one of the more interesting characters on the Motor Racing Network. Kyle Rickey will join us next here on MRN Crew Call.
O'Reilly. Restore your vehicle's lost power by cleaning your entire fuel system with Chevron Techron Fuel System Cleaner. Right now, buy one bottle, get one free at O'Reilly Auto Parts. Keep your engine clean and improve performance with Chevron Techron Fuel System Cleaner. Buy one, get one free at O'Reilly Auto Parts. Better parts, better prices every day. Limit supply. See store for details.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
Log on to CreekStoneFarms.com right now for free Black Angus beef sirloins from Creekstone Farms. Use the promo code MRNSIRLOIN at CreekStoneFarms.com and score free premium Black Angus beef sirloins with any purchase of $100 or more. Creekstone Farms juicy Master Chef Choice top sirloins are always a winner. Use promo code MRNSIRLOIN at CreekStoneFarms.com for your MRN offer of free sirloins. Good while supplies last.
Driver safety is the #1 priority in racing. It's also the #1 priority in trucking. The Detroit Assurance Suite of safety systems helps to protect drivers, their trucks, and other motorists by helping to mitigate the severity of collisions. Active brake assist, adaptive cruise control, and lane departure warning, all bringing a new level of safety and protection to the road. Don't just want better business solutions, demand them. Learn more at demanddetroit.com.
You've reached MRN Crew Call. Please deposit 25 cents to be upgraded to more quality programming. Otherwise, here's Robbie Mays and Kit Cruz.
More quality programming. I don't think it gets more quality than this show here on a Wednesday afternoon.
Top-notch programming.
This is a good show so far.
For a website, it's pretty good.
Welcome back to MRN Crew Call. I'm Robbie Mays. He is the real Kit Cruz. Joining us now on the telephone line, let's go up the coast of the United States of America, go up to Killingly, Connecticut, and bring in the host of NASCAR Today, also the host of NASCAR Coast to Coast here on the Motor Racing Network, and turn announcer for MRN, Kyle Rickey. Kyle, how are you, buddy?
Good afternoon, kids. Kid Cruz and Robbie Mays.
K-Rick!
Well, how are you?
What's up, K-Rick?
I haven't gotten a Snapchat from you today. I was starting to get worried about you.
No, you will. The day is young.
Okay. Kyle Rickey, Before we get to talking about NASCAR and talking about MRN, first of all, what's happening at Disney World today? Let's get the important stuff out of the way first.
Well, unfortunately, I'm not there today because anybody knows that has ever been to Disney in the month of April that most of the month is spring break, and it's one of the busiest times of the year. So I stay clear of that particular property in Orlando, Florida, for at least the month of April.
How many times would you say you've been to Disney World over the course of your lifetime?
Well, once a year since 1985, so I don't know, at least once a year, so probably 45 or 50.
Okay. All right. Well, that's all I wanted to know. So, kid, I'm gonna sit back here and have some coffee and let you.
Kyle, what is your absolute all-time favorite thing to do at Disney World? That's part one of the question. Part two, when are you going to do the double, Disney World and Disneyland, in the same 24-hour period?
All right. Well, part one. My all-time favorite thing is obviously driving under that Welcome to Walt Disney World sign to start the vacation. But once I'm there, I love riding the Haunted Mansion. It's my favorite ride. It always has been my favorite ride. I have all the collectibles and stuff here at home that light up. It's fun. As far as the double, I don't know. I'm waiting for you. I'm hoping Kid Cruz could join me in this adventure where we do Walt Disney World and Disneyland in a single day. We start in Orlando. We do all the marquee rides at Magic Kingdom. We jump on a plane. We go to the West Coast, and we do those same marquee rides at Disneyland, both of the U.S. parks in the same day. I think that'd be awesome.
That would be
Can I go too? Am I invited on this little trip?
No, you're not invited. You're not a Disney person.
That's fair. Okay. All right, Kyle. Let's move on. Let's get back now into the real reason we had you on the show. Talk about your how you got started here at the Motor Racing Network. You know, when was your first race? Your favorite part of your job? All that good stuff. How did you get started here at MRN?
I got started in MRN after I submitted a tape. I had been working in local radio and local short tracks up here in Connecticut, decided, well, let's merge them together. Let's take radio and racing, put them together, and send a tape to the Motor Racing Network back in, I think, 2002. And they called me back, and they said, hey, let's do an audition with you in New Hampshire, a modified race. And it was with Steve Post. He was in turns 3 and 4. I was in turns 1 and 2. And Ryan Horn, who is actually the program director for the Motor Racing Network now, was actually on pit road. And apparently the audition went well because I'm here, 14, 15 years later. My first actual broadcast was a truck race in Texas later that fall.
He's come a long way from that small station in Connecticut where he spun Expose records and then got to live out his lifelong dream by seeing Expose perform just the other night. For all of you late 80s and early 90s pop fans, Expose, I love those ladies. So Kyle, you got a great gig, man. You are in some awesome turn positions. You get to call the action most of the time off of turn 4 at Daytona and Talladega. What are those like your all-time favorite spots? What's your favorite turn position on the circuit?
Oh, probably turn 4 at Daytona. Watching those cars scream through the banking of turns 3 and 4 at 195 plus miles per hour in that draft. It's amazing. It's an amazing sensation. It takes my breath away. That first lap every year. Usually go up there during practice just to kind of get a feel for it again. But yeah, turn 4 at Daytona is probably my favorite.
Kyle, hardest part of your job as a turn announcer, what is it?
Just, staying focused probably for 3 hours, 3.5 hours, making sure you know where the leader is at all time. At the same time, where the booth is where that battle is that the booth is talking about, whether it be for 5th or for 10th or for 15th. Just probably staying focused and just knowing where everybody is on the racetrack at all times because, I think that's one of the biggest, things that you need to do for a turn announcer is just knowing where everybody is.
Okay. Well, there we go. Kyle, stick around. We're going to take a quick commercial break here. When we come back, we're going to play a little game with you. You up for a game today?
Can't wait.
Okay. All right. Let's take one more final time out here on MRN Crew Call. When we come back, we're going to play 5 on, 5 off with Kyle Rickey on MRN Crew Call.
O'Reilly.
Restore your vehicle's lost power by cleaning your entire fuel system with Chevron Techron Fuel System Cleaner. Right now, buy one bottle, get one free at O'Reilly Auto Parts. Keep your engine clean and improve performance with Chevron Techron Fuel System Cleaner. Buy one, get one free at O'Reilly Auto Parts. Better parts, better prices every day. Limit supply. See store for details.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
Online and on the air, MRN is live from the track on MRN.com and the MRN app. Check out all MRN race broadcasts, pole qualifying and practices, plus exclusive motorsports programming live on your computer or mobile device. Or go to MRN.com to find your local radio station's online stream. Don't miss a second of NASCAR racing action. Listen live online at MRN.com, the MRN app, or your local station.
So what are your favorite drivers really thinking? We'll tell you each weekday on NASCAR Today, midday.
Getting married has been incredible. I wish I had figured all this out sooner.
Get the latest news from the sport and the opinions of NASCAR's biggest stars.
Changing over to Ford will open up some opportunities and possibilities and some just pure potential for the team.
That's NASCAR Today, midday. Weekdays on the Motor Racing Network.
Time now for Motor Racing Network's #1 game show.
Do you live your life up under a rock? Or are you Tyler Burnett?
Welcome back to MRN Crew Call, where we are going to play under a rock or Tyler. Not really.
Who sabotaged the graphics there? What is that
I
ridiculousness?
did.
Tyler Burnett on this show?
I made it happen.
So you've sabotaged the show.
I told you I was going to.
This is ridiculous.
Welcome back to MRN Crew Call. I'm Robbie Mays. He's Kid Cruz. Kyle Rickey is on the phone, and we are getting ready to play the #2 rated game show on Motor Racing Network. 5 on or 5 off. And Kid, when you asked Tim Fedewa a little while ago about lunchtime, it's got me hungry.
I'm starving, baby.
It's got me really hungry.
I got a sandwich standing by. What do you got?
I'm probably going to get a sandwich here in a little while, but we have a great offer for you from Creekstone Farms. You can head over to creekstonefarms.com right now to pick up free Black Angus beef sirloins from Creekstone Farms. Take a look at that right there. That's making me hungry. Use promo code MRN Sirloin and score free premium Black Angus beef sirloins with any purchase of $100 or more. That's MRN Sirloin at creekstonefarms.com for free sirloins. That offer is good while supplies last. Time to play 5 on, 5 off. How's this work? Do we ask you the questions first?
You did a little preparation and research here before you got in the big chair.
I direct this show every week, and I don't have a clue. I feel like Tyler Burnett.
You're going to ask me the 5 questions with 45 seconds on the clock.
Yeah.
I'll give you my answers.
Okay.
Then we'll go to K. Rick. He's in a little soundproof booth or on hold.
Okay.
And then he will give his answers, and we'll match them up, and then I will win, like I normally do.
Okay. All right. So let's put 45 seconds on the clock. Thank you very much, Donald Culver. The category is hashtag Beat Kyle Rickey, and Kid Cruz, your time starts now. The average person laughs how many times a day?
5.
How many grooves are on the edge of a quarter?
112.
How many letters are in the Hawaiian alphabet?
I didn't even know there was such a thing. We'll go with 20.
How many miles above Earth does a vehicle have to exceed for its passengers to be considered astronauts?
2 miles.
And finally, the average person opens the refrigerator how many times a day?
A dozen. 12.
Okay. There we go. How do you think you did?
Lousy.
Okay. I think so too. I don't even have the answers. I just have the questions right here. All right. Kyle Rickey, you're still with us?
Yes.
Okay. Time to play 5 on, 5 off with you. I just asked Kid Cruz the same 5 questions I'm about to ask you. If you duplicate an answer, that's fine because we don't have a buzzer to tell you that you did it wrong. You ready to go?
I'm ready.
Okay, here we go. 45 seconds on the clock. Thank you, Donald. Kyle Rickey, your time starts now. The average person laughs how many times a day?
6.
How many grooves are on the edge of a quarter?
115.
How many letters are in the Hawaiian alphabet?
In the Hawaiian alphabet? 21. 21.
How many miles above Earth does a vehicle have to exceed for its passengers to be considered astronauts?
2.
And finally, the average person opens the refrigerator how many times a day?
6.
Okay.
It's going to be a close one. This is close.
It's going to be a very close one.
Yeah, I think we're both awful here, but it's going to be close.
Yeah, we'll see what happens. All right. By the way, Kyle, the category this week was #BeatKyleRickey.
Okay.
So there you
Is
go.
that a hashtag?
That is now a hashtag, yes.
And is it trending?
It could be.
Okay.
We can make that happen. Okay. All right. So let's bring in producer Daryl Smith now. Daryl, first question. The average person laughs how many times in a day? Kid Cruz said
5.
And Kyle Rickey said
6.
The correct answer is
13.
Oh, Kyle got that.
Question number 2. How many grooves are on the edge of a quarter? Kid Cruz said
112.
And Kyle Rickey said
115.
And the correct answer is
119.
Oh, dude, I'm in the hole.
Okay. Question number 3. How many letters are in the Hawaiian alphabet? Kid Cruz said
20.
And K. Rick said
21.
The correct answer?
12.
Oh.
Kid Cruz.
Okay.
Yeah.
Kid Cruz got that one. What's the score?
2 to 1.
2 to 1. All right. Question number 4. How many miles above Earth does a vehicle have to exceed for its passengers to be considered astronauts? Kid Cruz said
2.
Kyle Rickey said
2.
The correct answer?
75.
Oh, wow.
We were way off.
That's a lot.
We're both losers.
That's a lot.
On that one. That is a lot. 75.
All right. Question number 5. Here we go. This is going to be close. The average person opens the refrigerator how many times a day? Kid Cruz said
12.
And Kyle Rickey said
6.
The correct answer is
22.
Wow.
Unless you're Tyler, then it's more.
Hey,
Unless you're Tyler, then it's more.
That's
right.
a tie. 2 to 2. We tied.
Did we really?
Yes, we did.
Oh, wow.
So
hey, at least I didn't lose.
we
Now
have
it's
to
a
go-
tiebreaker.
We have a tiebreaker question.
We have the tiebreaker question.
Oh.
Okay. All right. Never done this before. All right. So let's put Kyle Rickey back on hold for just a second.
Okay.
Okay.
Get him on hold. No cheating.
Put him on hold. No cheating. Okay. All right. Kid Cruz.
Yes.
The tiebreaker question for 5 on, 5 off is this. How many miles an hour was the highest surface wind speed ever recorded on planet Earth?
225.
200. Okay. All right. That's his answer. Let's bring Kyle Rickey back in.
A horrible
Kyle, you
answer.
still there? Okay. Holding on just a second. By the way, don't forget, NASCAR Coast to Coast with Kyle Rickey comes up later today at 4 o'clock p.m. Eastern Time here on MRN.com. All right, Kyle Rickey, your tiebreaker question is this. Same question I just asked Kid Cruz. You cannot go over. How many miles an hour was the highest surface wind speed ever recorded on planet Earth?
Sometime today.
Ooh. Hey, I'm thinking here. 200.
200. Okay.
So wait, did I hear you say you can't go over like
You
these are
can't go
Price
over.
is Right rules? You're
Yes.
just saying that after.
That's for the tiebreaker only.
Well, how come that wasn't announced ahead of time?
I make the rules as we go along. All right, producer Daryl.
Nonsense.
What did Kid Cruz say is the answer?
225.
And Kyle Rickey said
200.
What is the correct answer?
231.
So Kid Cruz.
Baby. Sorry, K-Rick. Didn't mean to take you down like that.
Congratulations.
Thank you very much. I'll catch you on the Disney double.
Look forward to it. Be fun.
Well, K-Rick, thanks for being part of history making here today on MRN Crew Call. When do we, I know you're going to the Spring Sizzler this weekend. When is the next time we see you on the road for a Cup Series race?
I will be at Talladega in a couple of weeks.
Okay, very good. Well, travel safe, buddy. We'll see you in Talladega here in a couple of weeks.
Thank you. Look forward to it.
All right, that's Kyle Rickey.
Hi, K-Rick.
Turn announcer for the Motorist Network.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
I didn't know what to do about the tiebreaker because we've never had one and it's not in the rule book anywhere.
Well, I got that covered too. Whatever. You throw anything at me, I got it. I got this.
Okay. You want to just take the rest of the show?
No, go ahead. Back to you, Robbie Mays. Wrap this thing up. Maybe we got to go get some lunch.
All right, we got about 30 seconds left in the show. Thanks, everybody, for joining us here this week on MRN Crew Call. Tony Rizzuti will be back in this chair next week. Don't forget to watch my show Friday at noon Eastern Time, the Inside Line Fantasy Racing Show. For Daryl Smith and Donald Culver, he's Kid Cruz. I'm Robbie Mays. We'll see you next week here on MRN Crew Call.
You've been listening to MRN Crew Call, presented by Hercules Tires. Stream us every Wednesday at noon on MRN.com or on the MRN app. MRN Crew Call is also available on demand in the MRN.com Media Center, on our Facebook page, on YouTube, or download it through iTunes or Google Play. MRN Crew Call is a production of the Motor Racing Network. Goodbye.